Authority coverage will begin shortly. Your live Weather Authority coverage starts right now.
Well, good morning, everybody, and happy Wednesday to you, or Tuesday. It is not Wednesday just yet. This is Thanksgiving week. It's throwing me off on my days. But yeah, it's not been a bad morning so far. And of course, we're tracking out our storm headed our way for tomorrow. I don't think we'd be making a big deal about this if it wasn't coming the day before Thanksgiving, with some travel impacts looking pretty likely here across the state. So yeah, we got that storm on the way, and it will likely arrive by the time we get into the midnight time frame later on tonight. So here's a look at the storm right now, which is just off to our south and west. You can see the snow and the rain beginning to spread into New York State, through Pennsylvania as well. And again, this arrives around midnight or so tonight. So enjoy the quiet weather here while we've got it over the next several hours. So remaining pretty calm for the rest of the day today. Let's talk about what we're expecting, though, for the storm tonight. We do have a winter weather advisory for all of Franklin, Oxford, and Somerset counties. Notice it does not extend towards the coast. So Lewiston not included in this, Augusta not included in this either. Just not going to get enough snow in those places to really warrant any advisories or warnings. But in the mountains, we certainly will get enough snow for that. So I see Cameron's asking me how much for Lewiston, Auburn. We'll get to our snow total map coming up here in just a second. So again, that goes from midnight tonight until 7 p.m. tomorrow. So here's a nice little rundown for you of what we're expecting with this storm. And again, as you're joining in this morning, you can drop a comment where you're from. I would also love to know what your low temperature was this morning. For those of you that have weather stations or thermometers, it was a really cold morning. If you have a temperature that you saw this morning, would love to hear it from you in the comments. And also, if you've got any questions about this storm, let me know as well in the comments. But for our pre-Thanksgiving storm, the timing looks to be, again, midnight tonight till tomorrow evening, likely 5, 6, 7 p.m. or so. The precipitation does come to an end. Now, it's snow for inland areas towards the mountains, especially in the mountains. It's a heavy snow, and heavy rain is likely at the coastline, along with gusty winds. Winds are likely to be very gusty out there tomorrow along the coast. So big waves likely to be at the beaches as well. Cameron said, I just saw a huge icicle in the lawn in Auburn. Yeah, I bet. It was cold out there this morning, some single digits out there to start off the day. But let's track this out. As we head into tonight, things are quiet through the rest of the day. As we head into this evening, we'll see the clouds increasing. It'll likely be overcast by the time you're going to bed tonight. Now, as we head towards midnight, that's when we do see this storm beginning. Here we are, 1 a.m. Heavy snow likely ongoing for places like Lewiston at this time, Sebago Lake region, beginning in Augusta very shortly around that time period, 1 a.m. or so. And we'll see heavy to steady to heavy rain beginning along the coastline as well after midnight. So really no snow is expected in the Portland area or anywhere along the coast. Maybe a couple flakes at the very beginning, but otherwise it's all rain for us here along the coastline, and a heavy rain at that. It looks like a really good soaking rain is on the way for most of us. Notice how as we head through the morning, that rain snow line does begin to lift a little bit further towards the north. So we do change over to rain, places like Lewiston and Augusta. So improvements from the morning commute onward. So hopefully the roads don't turn too slushy and icy if you are going to be driving out there tomorrow. Now, the mountains will keep the heavy snow all day long. Even places like Freiburg, good chance that we do see a lot more snow there. Places like Bethel, Rumford, up towards Rangeley, of course, likely to see the bigger snow totals here. And again, heavy rain looking likely for everybody else. Lewiston to Augusta, down towards Portland. Very heavy rain, gusty winds, still not looking great for travel, even though it will not be snow for us here along the coastline. Things do wrap up, though, by the evening. As I mentioned, 5, 6, 7 p.m., the precipitation comes to an end, and we are much quieter heading into Thanksgiving. In fact, Thanksgiving looks pretty nice this year. Mostly sunny skies, a bit of a breeze, and temperatures in the middle and upper 40s on Thanksgiving Day. So if you want to maybe play some football in the yard with your family Thanksgiving afternoon, or just get outside in general, you're smoking the turkey outside, deep frying the turkey outside, looking pretty good for it on Thanksgiving Day itself, with sunny skies and fairly mild conditions as well. All right, so I know everybody's waiting for the snow map. No major crazy changes from yesterday, just a slight shift inland. It does look like the storm has trended just a touch milder than it was initially looking, but shouldn't really have an impact on our expected totals here. So again, it's heavy rain at the coast. We've got the heavy snow further inland and towards the mountains. So it looks like for Lewiston, now Cameron, it's your time to shine. How much snow for Lewiston, Auburn? Looks like I would say an inch or two, maybe 2 inches, probably a good bet for you in Lewiston because it will fall very quickly. But again, it will also change over to rain. So you may not even notice that there was 2 inches of snow. By the time you're waking up tomorrow, it'll be a heavy rain that will quickly wash that away. Further inland from there, snow totals quickly ramp up, a good 4 to 8 inches for most of the mountains. So if anyone at Sunday River or at Sugarloaf is watching this, you should be pretty happy. 8+ inches looking very likely for you. I'm thinking there's a good shot. One of the ski resorts gets a foot of snow, maybe the first one of the season. So if you're at the ski resorts, keep your fingers crossed, maybe do a little snow dance, and you might get a foot of snow tomorrow. Either way, good totals, 4 to 8 inches, if not more than 8 inches at some of the resorts and in some of the mountains as well. So again, if you've got any questions about what we're expecting for snow totals in your town, I'm happy to break it down for you. Just drop a comment below and we'll talk about it. So again, no major changes from yesterday, just a tightening up of where we expect these snow totals to be the highest. Again, at the coastline, though, notice there's no blue shading there. It's going to be all rain for us here as we head into tomorrow. So Harry's asking about Augusta. Again, a couple inches there, and then it changes over to rain pretty quickly. So shouldn't be a crazy impact there in Augusta. Maybe some slushy roads in the morning. That would probably be about it for the storm there. So let's talk about the rainfall. Again, heavy rain is likely along the coastline. It does look like a good 1 to 3 inches of rain looks most likely. Some models pushing 3 or 4 inches with this. It's going to be a heavy rain tomorrow. No flood concern really, just because it's been really dry this month, but there could be ponding on the roads, that sort of thing. And of course, with a lot of people driving tomorrow, traveling the day before Thanksgiving, that of course that could lead to even more travel issues and just a slowdown of things tomorrow. So if you are driving, I would say there's no reason to really cancel driving plans tomorrow, but you may just end up taking an hour extra or so if you got a long drive driving through all of that rain. Kathy says no happy dancing for snow. You made me giggle a little bit, Kathy, but yeah, you either love it or hate it, right? Some people probably very excited about this. Others maybe not so much. And Cameron is on the opposite end of the spectrum. I cannot wait for these huge snowstorms this winter. Yeah, Cameron, let's keep our fingers crossed for that. Maybe hopefully we'll get a couple of good ones this upcoming winter here, which is quickly approaching. And I do want to put in a caveat here. In November, we only average about 2 inches of snow. So getting any snow in November is really a bonus for us here. So North J near Wilton. I'm going to bring back the snow totals map here for what we're expecting tomorrow. Carrie's asking about North J. 2 to 4 inches is probably a good bet for you there in North J near Wilton, Carrie. May mix with rain. However, there's a chance it does stay all snow there. I wouldn't say it's a guarantee. I would expect some rain to mix in later in the day, but a good 2 to 4 inches and probably more towards the 4-inch side as opposed to the 2-inch side. So yeah, should get a good little snow. Definitely probably the biggest of the season so far in North J. So yeah, so if you're excited for snow, Carrie, some good news for you, hopefully. Or if not, maybe it'll hopefully melt quickly for you as well. So yeah, North J, just want to double check on the location there so that way I can really give you a good accurate estimate here of what we're expecting up in Wilton near North J. Does look like, yeah, a good 2 to 4 inches is probably most likely for you in North J. So let's see, North J, Maine. Yes, maybe even 4 to 8 actually up there in North Wilton. You're a little further north than I was thinking, Carrie. You could probably get easily more than 4 inches in North J. 2 to 4 inches, I'm in Farmington. Yeah, maybe more towards the 4-inch side of that, Chris, but that sounds like a good bet. Could be a sloppy morning. Looks like that's going to be the case tomorrow. So yeah, just definitely take it easy out there tomorrow morning. These wet snow events tend to be the slipperiest for driving in too. So it's going to be a very wet, pasty snow tomorrow. So keep that in mind if you are going to be driving, especially up into the mountains. Now, Standish, not really expecting much. Maybe a coating in Standish, maybe an inch if you're lucky, depending on how you view snow. Of course, Standish likely to just get an inch or so, and then it's changing over to rain. I'd say your concern there is just how much it's going to rain tomorrow. Heavy rain likely in Standish really all day long. I am thinking the same thing, Jamie. I was kind of hoping for a white Thanksgiving. I was hoping that the cold air would hold on and we'd be able to see some snow at the coastline, but that does not appear to be the case, unfortunately, this time. But, maybe next week, maybe we'll get another chance, Jamie. And how about snow totals for Livermore? Good 2 to 4 inches there, probably more towards the 4-inch amount. And this is going to fall very quickly. Once it begins, we'll see a good round of heavy snow, several hours of it looks likely, and then it will quiet down as we head into the evening. I think Johnny Maffey might be about to step in here. Oh, there he is,
Hey.
Johnny. Yeah, let's bring Johnny in and say hi to Johnny this morning. Yeah, Johnny's actually going to be out tracking the storm tomorrow. I think you might be at the Jetport, maybe up in Lewiston.
Yep.
Not sure where you're going to be, but yeah, that's what you'll be up to.
That's the plan. And I came in to learn about what I'm covering.
Yeah. So yeah, here's perfect. Walked in at the perfect time. Here's our snow map. So
5 a.m. will be in Lewiston.
5 a.m. you'll be in Lewiston, and it should still be snowing there. But after that, it will probably pretty quickly change over to rain. So you'll probably head down to the Jetport or maybe down to one of the rest areas, maybe the Gray rest area on the Turnpike. And
is that going to be snowing in Gray?
It might be a little bit, but it probably by the time you're heading down there, it'll turn back over to rain.
Oh,
so
it's right here too.
Yeah, speaking of, Dawn is asking about Lewiston timing and totals. Dawn, this begins around 2 a.m. tonight, and I would say the snow ends probably 6 or 7 a.m., and you'll probably get 2 inches or so before it turns over to a rain. Gregory asking the same question.
When does that turn over to rain?
That happens 6, 7 a.m. in the morning.
Okay, so it'll be slushy on the way to work, or if you're traveling for Thanksgiving for the holiday.
Slushy for travel in the morning. Nothing too major. I mean, this is not a 2-foot storm for anybody.
But the roads will be busy.
Yes, exactly. Busy. Probably one of the busier days of the whole year.
Yes.
Clinton up near Augusta, right? That's right. Yep. 2 to 4 inch. More on the 2-inch side for you there, Thomas and Rachel. Thank you for tuning in again. I remember you guys from yesterday, and they're just tagging people. 2 to 4 inches for Cornville. More in the 4 to 8 inch range. You guys are under that winter weather advisory in Cornville, probably leaning more towards the 4-inch side there for you, Brian. So yeah, pretty good solid storm for the mountains. I think the ski resorts will be excited about this.
Yes,
and
I just saw Lost Valley making some snow.
Really?
I know they'll get rain tomorrow, but eventually, like you said. But no, we'll have on Good Day Maine. We're getting the dash cam ready in the Jeep we have, and we'll be on the side of the highway, the side of the roads, tracking it for everyone because it's going to be busy all day long. It's not just rush hour. And I know it's Maine, and you're from the Atlanta area and I'm from the Boston area. We see real traffic there, but it's the busiest day of the year for travel. This is Memorial Day weekend.
And my family's flying in tomorrow. So I'm closely watching this forecast with the rest of you guys because they're flying into Logan Airport. So I'm really hoping that the rain will be coming to an end down there by the time that they get in. But Johnny, tell us about the Coast Guard thing that you're doing tomorrow morning. That looks really cool.
So it's funny. We've been doing it all fall. Nate and I, one of our photographers, have been putting together a story with the Coast Guard, and it's cool, but it's not going to match tomorrow's weather. We were there on some gorgeous days on the water in Portsmouth and South Portland.
I know you were in a t-shirt in your little tees that you did this morning. Yeah. That must have been a nice warm day.
Yeah, it was. And no, they took us behind the scenes. We'll see the tight turns tomorrow. We'll see everything on the boats. You'll see some of them tackling each other in the big protective jumpsuits. And, it's really cool what they do. It's amid one of their recruiting pushes. As the recruitment's not at the levels they want right now. And they do a lot of serious work, whether it's Biden's in town and they're protecting a security zone or just dealing with everyday boaters.
That
it's
are
a lot
making silly decisions.
They
on
do
the
a lot
water,
of training,
right?
and you're going to see them having a lot of fun, which is what we experienced the whole time there.
Yeah, and you've been hyping it up for weeks now, so I've been looking forward to it. Yeah.
But as for the weather, Thanksgiving looks a little nicer.
It does look nicer on Thanksgiving. Mid to upper 40s. Thanksgiving Day should be nice and sunny, nice and breezy. Maybe some backyard football or just
anyone running the
turkey trot? That's a
miler
great thing to bring up. It's 4 miles.
Yep. They don't call it the turkey trot. They call it the Thanksgiving 4 miler. Let us know if you're running that because I will see you there. We can do an interview with you if you really want to. We'll be covering it on Good Day Maine, and I'll be running it at 9 a.m.
Yeah,
and
so
you'll see that
for those listening in, I'll repeat that for you guys. Johnny's running the Thanksgiving 4 miler at Thanksgiving morning in Portland. And if you want to be interviewed by Johnny,
it'll be like around the 40s at 9 a.m.
Oh yeah, it'll be comfortable, especially compared to the past couple of days and compared to tomorrow when it's just going to be so nasty.
Good running weather.
Yeah, good running weather. And Becky's asking a great question about will it be a freezing rain towards the Jetport? Just tuning in. No, Becky, it's just going to be all plain rain. So that's some good news. Roads will not be really icy tomorrow. They're just going to be very wet, and with extra traffic on the roads, that could still lead to some delays.
And yesterday too, we were at a big press conference with the DOT and all these places that they're ready for it.
Yep.
They are ready. And so that means, it's expected that the roads will then be treated, and even if it were to be colder.
Yeah, and I would think up in the mountains, surely they'll be treating the roads, but it'll be snowing really hard in the morning, so it'll be tough to keep up with the snowfall rates out there. So yeah, as Stacy just said, just be careful out there. Yes, that's good advice for tomorrow.
And yes, we do we overhype little snowstorms to start the season? Maybe a tad, but there were a ton of crashes.
Yeah, remember when we got a half inch of snow last month?
Yeah, and there were a lot of
last month.
I don't know if those drivers had Maine plates or not, or if they've lived here their whole lives or not. But there were a lot of crashes on that inch of snow or coating or whatever it was in some spots.
Yeah, and that was honestly, that was some of your best winter weather coverage, I feel like, for a half inch of snow.
It was weird.
It was exciting.
It was like hail or
graupel and sleet.
Yeah, sleet, and then it snowed a little, and that was down in York. So kind of the opposite of this storm when you look at the map. But there were crashes. So, maybe if you see a Florida plate, get in the other lane.
Yeah, that's some good advice right there. Anything south of New York, really. Yeah, get in the other lane. But yeah, so yeah, we got this storm tomorrow. If you have any questions about snow totals as I wrap this up here, let me know in the comments below. I'll stay on for another minute or so. And again, here's our snow map for you to look at. So we're just tuning in from Jackman, Maine. Welcome, Lori. How much snow are we forecast to get? 4 to 8 inches there. It looks like a solid snowfall for you up in Jackman. So get ready to get the plow out or the shovel out for your driveway, Lori, for tomorrow. Livermore, north of the Lewiston area, 2 to 4 inches. Probably a good bet for you, Monica, up in Livermore Falls area. So very manageable. But again, this is coming the day before Thanksgiving. So it is a very busy travel day. So again, just give yourself some extra time tomorrow and we'll get through the storm easily. And then Thanksgiving Day looks pretty nice. So,
one thing I was talking about too during that, was that last week or 2 weeks ago? When was that storm?
I think it was November 7th. So
like 2 weeks ago or so. We were talking to some tire shops about snow tires. They said this week it starts getting busy. Yeah. So get your appointments if you need to change those over, especially if you live in that Portland area and stuff, because it's only going to get busier.
Right. And it's a good time because, we're not getting snow out of this in the Portland area. So good little practice run for us here. And then hopefully we get some bigger storms heading into December. I'm hoping for our first good one before the year is over. So but thank you everybody for watching.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks Johnny for coming on in here, and we'll keep you posted on the storm as it arrives later tonight and into tomorrow. And of course, if you got any questions, you can reach out to any of us at any time. So hope everyone has a great rest of your day. Again, we'll keep you posted on the pre-Thanksgiving storm coming up.
This has been Live Interactive